So today we're going to be talking about a favorite drill of mine to work on opening the chest, which is great if you're a computer gremlin and you need to work on getting your shoulder blades back. I also really like it for aerialists that are working on their behind body flexibility for being able to reach through the fabric and so forth. And it's called a deficit pec fly. So basically we're going to be doing the same regular pec fly motion, but we're going to be working further back into this horizontal abduction range so that we get more of this motion. And what you'll need is a weight and some kind of like bench or a box or a bed that you can lie off of, and make sure your head is fully supported here. And then if you're an aerialist working on core and some of that like shoulder flexibility, you actually want your legs floating here so that you have to work to stabilize. And then you're gonna line up your shoulder so that it is at the edge of your box so that you really have the capacity to go into that normal range. You're gonna grip your weight, start with something lighter, and I want you to think about not just going straight out to the side, which is of course a great option. Notice how we're really getting as much range of motion as we can, and if you're like, oh, my arm hits the ground, use a higher box. And then if you're like, cool, straight out to the side, no problem, you can really engage through the front here, through the pec. You can start coming up slightly higher, which will put more tension on the pec fibers that arrange at a diagonal. And if you feel any sensation in your forearm, that's actually probably a nerve stretching. So put a tiny bend in the arm to make sure the nerve's not getting aggravated, and then you're gonna squeeze back up. Make sure your shoulder blade is engaged and back into the bench as you open the arm. That'll really help make sure that that shoulder joint is stabilizing. You don't wanna punch up and then open. That'll really put a lot of strain on the joint itself. So make sure that shoulder blade is engaged and back, and that you're then swinging the arm open, tiny bend in the elbow to avoid nerve compression. And you can really focus on engaging your core here to make sure that you're not tipping open, but that all of that motion is coming from just the shoulder itself.